Hello, everyone. This is the most intelligent and magnificent bird, Buckbeak, speaking to you today. And in today's video, I will simply be doing some friendly duels. But that's not the only thing I'm going to be doing today. And along with the friendly duels, I'm actually going to be ranting a little bit about a game. Surprisingly, I won't be ranting about this game today. It's another game called Elden Ring. Yeah, I'm just letting everybody know that I'm going to be ranting a little bit about that game. I have 3 key points about that game which I will be giving you my opinions on why I will never ever play Elden Ring, and just all of those FromSoft games, why I just don't, like them and stuff like that. They're pretty much the same, but we'll get into it. And before we get started, I hope all of you are doing good and staying safe out there. I'm doing good, and I'm staying safe for the most part. No promises yet, but this might be the last video that I'm going to be recording on my current phone, because soon, I can't exactly say when, but pretty soon, I'm going to be getting a brand new phone. I finally will be getting the money for a brand new phone. I can't wait. Whenever that comes, whenever that time comes, my schedule is going to be a little off. So, maybe this will be the last video with this current phone. For those that might not know, for whatever reason, my battery is really messed up and I have to keep it on charge 24/7. Because the moment I decide to take it off the charge, it could be at 99% and it will just go dead, come back on, and be at, 10%. It could be at 2%. I really don't want to deal with that, so I gotta get me a new phone. So, let's go ahead and get these duels started, shall we? Alright, as I'm doing this, I'm gonna be ranting about Elden Ring, so hopefully this rant doesn't take too long. Okay, here we go. I have 3 key points on Elden Ring and why I will never buy it, why I will never play it, why I just don't like it in general. Yes, you could say it's hypocritical on me even before I play it, but I have played one of these games by FromSoft, and since I've played the one game, I definitely don't like these games for sure. Okay, the number 1 key point is, and before I get started, trust me when I say this, if there's anyone here watching this video that happens to be a fan of these games, I'm not personally trying to offend you. These are just my opinions, and I hope you can remember that. Okay, now my key point number 1 is I don't understand the hype of these games. Like, I don't know, they're way too hard. People that I know that have played these games just say that they're the best things ever, when, remember, this is my opinion, I don't necessarily agree with them. I personally think there's a lot better games out there for anyone to play. I just don't get the hype. I'm seeing Elden Ring getting these 10 out of 10s when, personally, in my own opinion, I think it's a 2 out of 10. Like I said, I'm going to be a little bit hypocritical when it comes to these games. Elden Ring doesn't look bad. I will give it that. It looks okay. I've definitely seen way worse looking games, but I've seen way better looking games like Ghost of Tsushima, Red Dead Redemption 2, all three Mass Effect Legendary Edition games. Hell, even Grand Theft Auto the Trilogy Definitive Edition looks better. And I'll tell you why. This is another reason I don't like these games, is because I wanted to try one of the FromSoft games. And okay, so last year, I forget when it was exactly, but I think last summer, last fall, I decided to pick up Bloodborne for $20 just to try it out, to see what all the hype was about, because like apparently millions of people played on Twitch, or maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit. A lot of people played on Twitch. But anyway, so I wanted to get it and see what the hype is all about, because like a ton of people were playing it on Twitch, still are probably to this day. So I got Bloodborne and I played it for 2 hours. And after those 2 hours, I was done. I was done with it. I'm not ashamed in saying this, but I got my ass kicked in the tutorial. I'm not ashamed at it because I just wanted to try it. It was pretty cheap at the time. And after the 2 hours, I had enough. So I took it out and got rid of it and never looked back. So that's my key point number 1. Well, I kind of went into key point number 2, and what I'm about to say does not speak for every single fan of these games. If you are watching this and you happen to be a fan of these games, hey, more power to you. I'm not trying to personally offend you, but this could be considered for some fans. You could say that for every fan base of every game, every movie. But key point number 2, the fans think that these games are the best games ever, which in my opinion, that is absolutely far from the truth. Me, I'm going to stand on a pedestal and say that definitely Ghost of Tsushima is better than all of these games. I'm still going to stay on that pedestal and say Red Dead Redemption 2 is better. I'm still going to be up there and say that Mass Effect, all 3 Mass Effect games are better than those FromSoft games. I even think that Watch Dogs Legion is better. Guardians of the Galaxy, Destroy All Humans, Mafia Definitive Edition, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. I could go on and on and on and on about which games I personally think are better than FromSoft games, but I'm gonna stop while I'm ahead. And let's just say, to end on key point number 2, there are 2 certain individuals that I talked about on one of my videos more recently. I'm not going to mention them by name, but if you watch that portion of the video, you exactly know who I'm talking about. But anyway, those 2 people are pretty much like, I've told them in the past that I don't think these games are necessarily all that. And those 2 people are like, well, if you don't like these games, you are pretty much the equivalent of nothing. I'm not saying that every single fan of the FromSoft games are like that. It just accounts to some of the fans, not necessarily all of them. And key point number 3 is, it's the same old thing. The only difference is it has a different name each time with a fresh coat of paint. So that would be like, the equivalent of someone having a really old, beat up and rusty car And what they do to try to make it look new is get it fixed up every once in a while and put a fresh coat of paint on it to make it look like it's new, but underneath that fresh coat of paint, it's really old and it's the same. And that is definitely applied with the FromSoft games. And yes, you could argue that with every game franchise or every game genre, but this is personally what I think, and this is the last time you will ever hear me talk about Elden Ring with this video, or ever, because I'm just simply not interested at all, and I don't even know how many friendly duels I've been winning. I've just been ranting about Elden Ring. I don't like it. I know it sounds hypocritical of me, but I'm never going to play it, because I already tried one of them for 2 hours, and I was getting really frustrated, and I just had to take it out and never try it again. So, anyway, that's the conclusion of my rant. Usually I don't like to rant, but that's all I've been hearing about. Elden Ring this, Elden Ring that, on and on and on and on and on about how it's getting 10 out of 10s, which, honestly, if it has bugs and glitches, that's not a 10 out of 10. Maybe a normal person with bugs, if you happen to enjoy those games, and the games might have day one bugs and glitches, I would probably give it a 7 or 8, not no 10 out of 10. Come on now. Like, for example, let me just talk about the new Uncharted movie that came out nearly a week ago. The critics, for whatever reason, the critics don't like Uncharted, the movie that is. You know what that tells me? I don't ever listen to the critics, and I'll tell you why. Because of The Last of Us 2. They were giving The Last of Us 2 10 out of 10s and 5 out of 5s and like 100s and 99s, and they were giving The Last of Us 2 the highest scores possible, when in fact I would maybe give it a 4 out of 10, maybe a 3 out of 10, to be perfectly honest with you. Ever since The Last of Us 2, I just ignore the critics on everything. Like, for example, the critics do not like the Uncharted movie with Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg. Based off the critics not liking it, that tells me that this Uncharted movie is actually pretty good, based off the critics not liking it. I haven't seen Uncharted yet. I really do want to see that, because I'm pretty interested in watching it, and it seems like the audience liked it versus the critics not liking it. So, I just say there's a valuable lesson to learn when it comes to critics not liking movies or games. Usually, critics are wrong because they don't know anything good. Not like they used to. But anyway, I'm going to stop ranting on just random stuff. I just had to get some stuff off my chest. And I think we'll do about a couple more friendly duels. I might have my, what am I doing this weekend? You know what? My monthly pools. So, you know what? My monthly pools might be my last video with this current phone. So we'll see. I almost had forgotten about that. My monthly pools for February. We'll do one more friendly duels after this. I was going to do another rating video, but I didn't want to give you guys two rating with me videos in a week. I usually don't like to do that. I usually like to try to mix it up. And as far as the what's the thing happening Saturday? That's probably when I'm going to do my monthly pulls. The bits shop and the Mythic Market. Well, it seems like Michonne 2000 is not going to be in the Mythic Market, unfortunately. But they're going to put Negan 2000 in there. Like, bro, why? Why? Like, that's another month. No, it's more than a month, but that's another round of the refresh. I'm saving those medals once again, because I believe Gold Mythic Lydia is going to be in there. She's a very good toon, but I don't need Lydia. Although, what's interesting is there's going to be a Gold Mythic Wangfa in there. He's got to be new, right? Because I don't really remember him in the Gold Mythic era yet. So, depending on what Gold Mythic Wangfa does, if he's either really good or really bad, I'll either get him or I'm just going to wait on another refresh. Although I could end up changing my mind, but I gotta state that I'm very disappointed that Michonne 2000 isn't going to be in there. It is what it is. Trust me, I'm not... I mean, I know I'm ranting a little bit about Road to Survival now, but I was ranting way more about Elden Ring, I think it was. I didn't forget the name of it already. Those games are not relevant to me whatsoever. It never will be. Ma'am. I'm just going to auto it. I know I was autoing most of these because I was, I was busy ranting. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna... Alright. Hold on. Whoa. Time out. Let's stop. I'm gonna... wait a minute. Alright. We're gonna lose that one anyway. Man, some of these teams are pretty good. Alright. So, that is going to do it for this one. And like I said, probably this Saturday, I'll have my monthly pulls. So that very likely might be the last video that I will make on this current phone, like I had mentioned way earlier. If you guys want to jump down there to the comments and tell me what you think about the friendly duels, or just to simply say hi, you may. If you like this video, give this video a thumbs up. And if you like my content, subscribe to see more. It would be much appreciated. And to those who are subscribed to me already, it is very much appreciated. You guys are very awesome, and I thank you again. I want each and every one of you to have a magnificent day and magnificent weekend ahead. And don't forget to hit the bell and switch on all notifications so you know the second I upload to YouTube. I am Buckbeak, and I'm gonna go fly away back to my nest. Until next time, bye guys.